AITA for refusing to give up my vacation days so my coworker can go on her honeymoon. A company where vacation time is pretty limited, and we have to request it months in advance. I put in my request almost a year ago to take a 2-week vacation during the holidays. My plan was to visit family, who live out of the country, something I only get to do once every few years. Recently, a coworker of mine, who's getting married, came up to me and asked if I'd be willing to give up my vacation days so she could go on her honeymoon. She apparently didn't realize how quickly the days would fill up and waited too long to request her time off. Now, the only way she can go is if someone cancels, and since I have one of the longest vacation blocks, she came to me first. I told her I was really sorry, but I can't give up my time. This trip means a lot to me, and it's the only time I can see my family this year. She wasn't happy and told me I was being selfish for not accommodating her once-in-a-lifetime event. Now, a few other coworkers are chiming in, suggesting I could be more flexible since I don't have special circumstances like a wedding. I feel bad, but I also plan this trip far in advance, and it's important to me. AITA for not giving up my vacation so she can go on her honeymoon. AITA for confronting my sister about cheating with my husband based on what our mom told me. My husband is cheating on me. I know this for certain. He's doing all the things a cheating spouse would do. He has taken off his location tracker, he has been ignoring me, staying out late with work buddies, has all the excuses for everything. I know what this is. I don't know with who. But I know he is. I talked to my mom about this and she mentioned how my sister has been doing the same thing. I have 2 sisters, one is married and has kids, Ray, and the other is in her freshman year of college and still lives at home, Emma. Mom says Emma has been doing all the same stuff that my husband has been, and doing it at around the same time. Emma and my husband have always gotten along, but now that I look back it almost seems like they get along too well. My husband and I are expecting our first. It's been a good marriage until a few months ago when things started to get rocky. Then this. I confronted my sister this morning and she denied everything and called me an insecure bitch, but even insinuating it. I told her mom told me and now my mom is upset because I threw her under the bus. Ray doesn't want any part of this mess. Am I the asshole? Update, it's now really late where we live. My husband has not come home. He has not answered his phone. I texted him multiple times and I know he has read the messages. But he won't answer his phone. I was going to talk to him about this when he got back, but he's not back yet. I don't know if he's coming back. As I said in a previous comment, I am 37 weeks pregnant. I have preeclampsia. My BP is skyrocketing. I'm trying to calm down. To everyone who said to get a pie, I have been on unpaid FMLA for the last month because of my BP complications. I have no money for anything other than this child. All of my savings are going towards my kid's future and if there are further complications/medical bills. A pie is not in my budget. To the people who are telling me that I jump to conclusions but also are telling me to get a divorce in the same breath, isn't a divorce also jumping to conclusions? Divorce is not in the budget RN either. I know how much lawyers cost. I will keep you all updated. I will post in the morning. Thank you all, my life is completely upended. It has been over 24 hours since I confronted my younger sister, Emma, about cheating with my husband. I was 1000% sure my husband was cheating with her based on what our mother told me yesterday. It turns out I was wrong. My husband did not come home last night. I know he read my text messages because they are marked read. He ignores all of my calls though. I had no idea where he was. I got about 2 hours of sleep last night and that was only because I was utterly exhausted. I woke up to my older sister, Ray, calling. I answered it. Ray lives in the cul-de-sac at the end of our parents' street, about 5 houses down. Ray is also a Psalm. Ray started by apologizing over and over again, which just made me nervous, and when I pressed her she said she was sorry for not telling me when she knew for certain that my husband was cheating with our mother. I will admit, I barely can remember what was said because of the shock, but I'm trying my best to write it to remember it for the future. Ray said that this has been going on for a few months, so that would be before me and him were actually married. She says that Emma would leave to go to night classes or hang out with friends, and about 20 minutes later my husband would pull up to our parents' house. He would stay there for an hour or two and then leave before Emma got back. Ray said this happened multiple nights a week now, whenever Emma and our dad were gone. Our dad works long shifts at night. He would have no idea. We know mom probably has location tracking for Emma, which is how they knew where she was. We don't know if Emma took that off yet. Emma obviously is not happy with me, so I can't ask her. The most damning thing is that mom went out last night and didn't return until the morning before dad got home from work. Ray texted her asking if everything was okay and mom said that a friend of hers was sick and needed comforting. Emma also did not come home last night, but that's probably because she is pissed and hurt and needed to be around friends. I will apologize to her, but I can't without telling her what's going on. Ray keeps apologizing, saying that she just didn't want to get involved and it wasn't her business. She also called me an asshole for confronting Emma, and says that by doing that I'm tearing the family apart. She has forbidden me from telling Dad, saying she'll never forgive me. I feel like Dad has the right to know. I know how it feels to have someone do this to you and to have the information withheld. I'm not going to say anything until I have concrete evidence because I learned my lesson, but would I be the asshole if I told my dad and Emma what is happening?